Okay, so now let us talk a little bit about wastewater characteristics. Okay, so the first thing, as we talked about water quality in last class, meaning last week's class, we spent a good amount of time talking about how to calculate or how to estimate different types of solids. The total solids can be broken down into total volatile solids and total fixed solids, but they can also be broken down into suspended solids and dissolved solids. Now, each one of them can be broken down into volatile suspended solids, fixed suspended solids, similarly, volatile dissolved solids, fixed dissolved solids. Now, if you add up the total, the two fixed solids, you get the total fixed solids. You add up the two volatile solids, you get the total volatile solids. So you have total of how many, guys? 9 different solids. Total solids, suspended solids, dissolved solids, volatile suspended, fixed suspended, volatile dissolved, fixed dissolved, and total volatile and total fixed. Okay, so please refer to that chapter where we talked about all these solids and how to measure these from laboratory data. Okay, so for wastewater, we are mostly concerned about the suspended solids, because some of these suspended solids are volatile, meaning organic, and some of them are inorganic or fixed solids. If they are inorganic solids like sand, gravel, silt, dirt that gets into the wastewater, you want to get rid of it in the grit chamber so that it doesn't go into the primary clarifier, which then means you send that sand and silt into a digester. So if you can get rid of it before, then you want to get rid of it. Okay, so please review those bullet points under that. The second important thing in the wastewater is oxygen demanding substances, which is mostly organic matter, but ammonia, which you may have good amount, that also takes up oxygen. So organic matter, we don't have any direct way of measuring organic matter, like alkalinity, acidity, hardness. Remember, we had those titration methods where I can measure what is the hardness. We don't have any method like that. So people said, okay, why do I care for organic matter? I care for organic matter because it has oxygen demand, which means if I dump this wastewater into the river, it would need oxygen. So instead of measuring how many grams of organic matter I have, if I can measure how much oxygen demand this organic matter has, that is good enough. So we started using the biochemical oxygen demand or chemical oxygen demand to measure that organic matter. So what you are reporting is the oxygen demand of the organic matter. Not the organic matter directly, but you are saying, hey, I have organic matter that needs X milligrams per liter of oxygen. That is what your OD or the oxygen demand stands for. If you use a biochemical method, you call it BOD. If you use a chemical method, you call it COD. The total organic carbon is not really used for the reporting purposes. Of course, we use TOC, it is easier to measure, but it is not useful for reporting purposes. Remember, if you are a wastewater treatment plant operator, you have to report, right? So Um, all right. So another one is ammonia. If you have ammonia, that ammonia gets converted to nitrate, and that requires oxygen. It is called nitrification, and that requires oxygen. Okay, so you need to pay attention for that as well. We'll talk more about BOD and all later.